But my hair does not look nearly as luscious as it did earlier. But you know what? I took a nap, so that could have a lot to do with it. But you know what? It's okay. Can we talk about this crazy weather for a minute? Do you know that it's like 64, 65 degrees outside? Right now, I actually had the doors open. I just now shut them because I thought I heard a possum out there. And you know, not that I wouldn't want to be hospitable. I just don't want. Yeah, I don't entertain possums on Tuesday nights. That's more of a Monday interaction. But anyway, earlier I ran out of time, and I've got chopped on in the bedroom, and I'm trying not to listen. I was gonna talk about this article that I had posted the other day, and I ran out of time. So that was my goal, was to come back and post about that. But in the process of scrolling through the book of face, I stumbled, tripped, fell over this article about this guy whose name is Kevin Swanson. I'm gonna have to shut that door or something. That's gonna kill me. Hang on. Okay. All right. Bear with me. There's the phone rings. Okay. Thanks for hanging in there. Okay. All right. Anywho, so Kevin Swanson. Kevin Swanson is a preacher. He's a pastor. He's a pastor, and he would like to ask you not to do something. I know, I know it's a lot. What Kevin Swanson would like to ask you not to do is he would like to ask you not to buy Girl Scout cookies. And would you like to know why? I'm gonna tell you. Um, he begs you to not buy them because you know what they do? They promote lesbianism and abortion. They do. According to Kevin Swanson, they do. And if you're going to buy them, you should take a big, fat, black magic marker and mark out all the references to the Girl Scouts of America on the boxes so that you don't feel like you're supporting their wicked, evil cause. He says it's a wicked organization. They don't promote godly womanhood. Uh-uh. And that girls should not participate in Girl Scout sales because they might think that it's acceptable to be a woman who is going to compete with a man in the marketplace when they should just be training their daughters on how to become a woman who will be a helper to a man so that he can compete in the marketplace. What the hell's wrong with this guy? You know, the whole, I was a bluebird in the first grade. I was. With little skirts, little caps. It was very cute. I can't remember what we sold. Hash, I think. Black tar heroin. It was something. I don't know. Anyway, I think that organizations like that for girls, if they promote team building and self-esteem, I think they're always good. Now, I do think when it comes to the cookie sales, they're vicious. Them girls are vicious. But you know what? I don't think they're promoting lesbian. I mean, it ain't like they're selling like snatchadoodles or peanut muffin patties or twat thins or unless they're changing the boxes, I've never seen nothing that screams gay. I don't know. But apparently, this guy is 10 shades of torn up about it. So I say we find his address and we all send him cookies. Uh-huh. And I say we take the marker and we mark out the references, but then we write Snatch a Doodle on the box. Uh-huh. And we send those to him. Everybody loves free cookies. I don't care who you are. I got some Cajun peanuts today. I thought something a little different. I wonder how they do that. I mean, do they soak them in something or? Doesn't take a lot to fascinate me. But anyway, so the other day I ran across this article about lying. It says that lies harm your love life and your health. And basically what happened is that a psychology professor at the University of Notre Dame, she gathered a group of people ranging in age from 18 to 71, and she randomly divided the group in half. Half of the people in the study were instructed to stop telling any sort of lies, and the other half, which was the control group, didn't get any special instructions. Both groups had to come in weekly, submit to a polygraph test about the number of lies they told that week, and to answer questions about their health and relationship status. They found that the people who were told not to tell lies, not only reported feeling less tense and sad, but experienced fewer minor health issues like sore throats and headaches. Although the control group didn't have specific instructions to stop lying, researchers found that during the weeks in which they told fewer lies, they also experienced fewer mental and physical health issues. The study also found that lying affected participants' personal relationships. Those in the no lies group found their relationships and social interactions improved, and better relationships mean better health. At the end of the study, participants found that not lying was not as challenging as they thought. And you know what? I don't understand why it would be. I had posted when I posted this article, I had kind of made the comment that I don't understand why it is so difficult for people to tell the truth, and what kind of pathology is related to it. I have been, we all have friends who lie, and that's one thing, because when your friends lie, depending on how close of a friend or how good of a friend and what they've lied about, I'm hot. Ooh, I don't put, oh, Jesus, Mary. I don't place a whole lot of importance on that. Smooth, very smooth. I mean, I don't want anybody to lie to me, but if you're not close to me and you want to lie, well, do what you must, as long as it doesn't affect me. Now, you start lying to me about some stuff that's going to directly impact my life, we're going to have a problem. My problem has been from a relationship perspective. And I don't know about the rest of y'all and what kind of experiences y'all have had. But I would say, from a statistical standpoint, in terms of like past romantic relationships, I would say that 98% of the women I have been with lied. Now, varying degrees. You know, some of it was, um, you know, I guess lying to keep me from getting mad about something. And a lot of times it ended up being something really trivial and dumb, something that I wouldn't have gotten mad over anyway, but maybe they were afraid or whatever. Because, you know, I'm such a badass. But some of them, we're talking like crazy lies. We're talking like hubba hubba crazy pot kind of lies. And one in particular, one ex in particular, and I really think there's a pathology to this. I really do. I don't think that people inherently are this way. I don't think that people are inherently meant to tell lies. I think when you encounter somebody that does, I think there's something wrong with them. I do. Because it's just not. I don't think there's any. Okay, now sometimes I think there's lies that protect people that we tell, you know. And it depends on the kind of relationship that we have with people. Like if you have a friend who is like super sensitive about their weight or something, and they say, you know, do these pants make my ass look fat? And they do, like bad. But you don't want to be the one to deliver that news because you don't want to cry a mess on your hands. You may want to be a little diplomatic in how you deliver that news. I don't think it's good to say, no, girl, your ass is skinny, when clearly you could show a movie off of it. I don't think you should go completely in one direction, but I think I think it's okay maybe to bend the truth a little bit just so that they don't start crying. But I'm talking about people who people who lie to you in terms of portraying themselves to be one way, um, and come to find out they're not. There, there's glimmers and pieces of that may be true, but overall, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I think a lot of times you don't find out until you're already sucked in. You know, I think then it depends on the kind of person that you are. If you're one, are you one of these take no shit kind of people that say, you know what, I'm out of here, or are you the empathetic type who says, well, but I love them, you know, so I can put up with some white lies because that's just what they do, and you know the things that we accept within the confines of a relationship, and the things that we'll excuse, and the things that we'll somehow find a way to be okay with because well, we love them. But I think sometimes it's a sign of something much deeper, you know. And when you start looking at reasons why people have lied, and I've had exes who have lied about past relationships. I have had exes who have lied about um, their exes in terms of uh, remaining in like secret contact with them, and then try to act like, oh, you know. Um, I have had girlfriends who have like painted their exes out to be monsters, and then turn around and try to do the same thing to me. I'm not a monster. Anyone this cute with hair this luscious could not be a monster. But a lot about their profession, a lot about their education. Um, I mean, just crazy things, crazy things. I mean, I had a girlfriend one time who lied about, and I found this out through a mutual friend, lied about she and I going to dinner. The friend had asked her if she had seen me, and she said no, and we had just had dinner the night before. Why would you lie about something like that? And I think for some people it comes so natural. And those kind of people you really have to beware of because they're really good at it. You know, they're really good. Or maybe either that, or I'm just completely gullible and completely naive. I don't think I am as much as I used to be. I think I'm a very suspicious person now. Everything is suspect to me, and I used to not be that way. I would take whatever was told to me at face value, yada yada yada, blah, whatever. But what I have found is that when you are repeatedly lied to, and you have been repeatedly lied to for a number of years, what happens is you kind of grow a little leery, and that part of you that was once so innocent and trusting kind of turns to stone a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? And on one hand, I think sometimes I long for the naivete that I once enjoyed. But on the other hand, sometimes too, I think it's maybe a good thing that I'm not as trusting as I once was. Because when I look back on some of the stuff, um, I want to smack my own self. I want to say, how could you have been so stupid? How could you have been so blind? And it's so funny to sit back now and watch some of these people in action, and it's like, I'm glad you're not my problem in the mirror. I just, there's part of me that wants to feel bad for people like that. There is. There's part of me that just wants to feel like, oh, you poor thing. But what I'm finding, who I feel the sympathy for, is whoever they end up with, because I know what it's like. You know, there's something very disconcerting and very maddening about being with someone who you can't believe anything they tell you, or you mistrust what they tell you. And when they tell you some big, hairy, long-haired story, you kind of feel that lump beginning to form in your throat, and you're just like, you know. And then they make you feel like you're crazy if you question them. I've had that happen. I've had, situations where I knew they were lying. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that they was telling me a lie, and I confront them, and they make me feel like I'm nuts. I, I'll either, like I said, either there is some sort of pathology that explains it, or they're just devious. They are very, very devious. So, but you read these kind of studies, and it's like everybody lies. I just, I don't know. I mean, I guess I've always been the type person, and I'm not gonna sit here, honey, and act like I am so innocent. I've lied before. We've all lied at one point or another. But I think for me, the older I get, there's something very freeing. There's something very, very freeing about being the kind of person who just tells the truth. That old "the truth shall set you free." It does. It does. There's just something I can't describe it. There's just something very liberating about just being honest. You don't have to hide nothing. You don't have to try to backpedal. You don't have to, cook up. Just fucking tell it. And my favorite thing, my all-time favorite thing, is like if somebody says something. Okay, this is what I love. You'll get these people who want to sit and talk shit. I'm talking shit. And then it gets repeated and yada yada yada. And whoever they talk the shit about will come and confront them. Okay? 9 times out of 10, the person who did the talking of the shit will freak out and I didn't say that and act all appalled. Not me. First of all, I'm the type of person, if I have something to say to you, I promise you I'll say it. I'll say it to your face. Now, should it turn out that I happen to say something behind your back and you come and ask me about it, I promise you faithfully that I'll tell you. And then I will probably look at you and say, oh, and here's some shit that you may not have heard. Because one of the best things about that is the look on their face. Because they're expecting you to lie to them. I don't know if you knew this or not, but when people confront you, they expect you. They expect you to lie. And when you just put it out there for them, the look on their face is absolutely it's worth it. Telling the truth is worth it to see that look on somebody's face. Because they don't know what to say. They're like, oh, oh, I gotta go pee. And then they walk away. So, again, like I said, my friend Janetta had commented on this the other night, talking about like doing like a case study, like why, and this was a good thing that they did, But like she had pointed out, it kind of boggled her mind that so many people just lied. You know, I think it would be even a greater case study to sit down and ask people, why do you lie? Can you explain it? You know, I dated a woman one time who I found out later on that she had some sort of personality disorder. And apparently that's what caused her to do it. So, I mean, clearly there was a pathology with her, but the rest of them, I don't know. I think sometimes there's certain things we're not meant to know about. We're just not. So, I got nothing. Big snow coming. I've looked at the weather reports all, and it's crazy because it's 60 some degrees right now, and it's supposed to come a shitstorm tomorrow night. So I found a loaf of bread while I was cleaning. I had it in one of my work bags. So I've got bread, and I've got cashew milk. I've got cashew milk. I always drink almond milk, but I saw the cashew milk, and I was like, sounds lovely. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't tell you how it turned out, but I will. And when I do, I'll let you know about it. So, but anyway, that's all I have for today. I think I'm done. I'm gonna finish tidying up a little bit and got the kitchen about done. I just gotta put dishes and stuff away and all that kind of stuff. So. But anyway, there you go. Enjoy. Buy some Girl Scout cookies. The gays will love you for it. Gay people love cookies. I'm gay. I love cookies. Love them.